Here we are. Hello, how are you?
Hey guys. All good in the hood.
Yeah. Hello everyone, if you're watching live, or as we say usually, if you're playing it back. You're not at home. Where are you?
No, I'm not at home. I just want to give you a glimpse because that's a fancy coffee cup.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
It's coffee by Nigel. Actually, it's a coffee cup, and I have 2 cups. So I just want to show you that one. So thanks to talk. Nigel, yeah. So it's oh fuck man. So one is a coffee tonic, non-alcohol of course, and the other one is a bourbon tea. So need to recover. So yeah, where I'm at. So that should give you a glimpse. So I'm at the Token Summit in Liechtenstein and had some fantastic in-depth conversation so far. I mean, that's what I'm telling you every time. Maybe it's just me.
How was German? Oh, he's a great guy. I always forget his name wrong. German. How was he did a keynote, right?
Herman.
But it's spelled G. There you go. Stupid English man here.
Herman. No,
Herman.
He's like, actually his name is written like German.
Exactly.
So no, fantastic guy. I mean, been in the business for quite some time. Super interesting. I like listening to him. Great story.
I love this. He's got a voice for radio.
He has a face. He has a face for radio. That's
the face got the face for radio, voice for TV. But was it good? Did you were you there early enough to hear that his keynote or not?
And you, I mean, you would be laughing at me right now, but I have to show you one thing.
Who's there?
Look who's just passing by.
Hello.
Oh, bring him over. You're live. Tell him he can't hear him. Tell him he's.
Okay, so now you really can see. Hey, it's all live here. So
yeah,
trying to grasp it, like
the Ralph,
the
cameo appearance from Ralph.
the Ralph himself. No, I mean, as you can see, like it's the people from Switzerland that are obviously here making it to Liechtenstein.
Jump over the border.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit different to the CV Summit, obviously. It's a different crowd, and I mean, even here we see like the struggle is real. So even though technically I would say it's a great conference, a lot of old tech is gathering, old tech or old work is gathering with new ideas. So we have the IBMs here, we have Bankbrick here, but we also have like really like the old guys that always been here. And again, like that's why I showed up my coffee mug. Like thanks Thomas Nagler and team for organizing and hosting it.
Yeah,
besides,
he's cool.
Of course, there's so many other people that are involved.
I wanted to get across, but I had because actually when I looked, and again for those of you that don't know, sort of. Stefan lives in Zurich and I live down closer to Geneva, and I was looking and I was like, in my mind I was like, oh my god, that's a bit of a trek to get there, but actually it wasn't too bad because it worked when I looked at the timing, using a fantastic Swiss transportation, the trains, it worked out the same time as me going to Zug from where I live, and I do Zug and back in a day. So but the only problem was that I had some commitments that I really needed to get on with, which meant that in this instance it just wasn't practical for me to come over. But other than that, I was everyone was like, you can see you there, and I was like, I can't get there because it's just a bit, because it still is 3.5 hours for me.
Crypto Shorts got you covered, man. No worries about that.
So
the cheap boys are everywhere, man. It's like, but
it's been a good day. Yeah.
It's been a good day. I mean, it's always, as always. I mean, I've been traveling like for 3 days now, 3 days conferences.
Where were you before then? Crikey, I've been sitting comfortably working from my home office here, and I've done a few things actually. I did 2 events. I do Crypto Mondays, which is every other Monday in Geneva, Crypto Mondays Geneva. So we went up to that. I went up to that with and met a few people. Nice turnout, about 20, 25 people turned up to that one. And then there was Geneva DevCon with I'm gonna be bad now. I think it's a DeFi. And there was a collaboration on Tuesday, so I did actually get out, but not quite as far and not quite as big as what you've been doing. But anyway, I cut you. What is it you've been doing before this week?
Yeah. So I started this week with a trip to Brussels.
Brussels? Did you say? Sorry.
Brussels.
Okay.
And for all the old guys on the show, like the Brussels from Brussels, haven't met there. It's from Claude Van Damme, so that's really like the old days. So no, I've been joining the Keyrock guys. Keyrock launched an accelerator, and for all the startups, and for all the startups out there, you might want to check it out. So I think it's
is that with Tenity? Sorry, that's with Tenity, right?
That's with Tenity, yeah. So Tenity was organizing it. Keyrock was hosting it, but we had I had the pleasure talking to the CTO, to the chairman. They gave a lot of insight. So it's a 3 days workshop. I had a 1 hour conversation. It was like a conversational speech about building and scaling companies.
Right.
So fantastic. And in general it was split. I think the first day was just tech. So tech in that. The second day was product, and the third day. So today, actually, they'll be talking about everything UX, and we touched it so many times. UX, but give me just a sec. So and I can tell first, you should consider applying for the Keyrock Accelerator program if you haven't done so, because I think it's highly professional. You get in touch with the leadership team of Keyrock. And it's like massive with the Keyrock Labs and also the venture arm. So they're doing great stuff, and I'm not advertising it again. Like, we're not getting paid for that. But anyway,
no. But I mean, I know Kevin I know Kevin, the CEO, and I guess he's a founder or co-founder, but anyway, of Smashing Guy, lives down here near me, in this neck of the woods of Switzerland. Great team he's got there too, and I think it's fantastic that they're doing Accelerator and using Tendency. So look, if anyone, or if there's any startups or whatever that want to get involved, I guess they'll do that through Tendency. Is that right?
I guess it would be the easiest way. It goes through Tendency. But
so we'll link that all up, right? We'll put some links and stuff.
We link it all up. And I mean, if you want to have preferred access, send all your messages. Bombard Billy's DM.
Me?
shoot DMs at Billy. No, I mean you can actually contact me directly, Mark Hauser, as the MD that's responsible for Europe. But I've seen teams. There was all super interesting multifaceted teams. Like we're part of the teams in the UK, part of the teams in the US. We had partially teams from Morocco. So it's
nice. So it's global. It's international.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to ask you. I'm going to put you on the spot here. I hate this happening to me but that's why I'm going to do it to you. My friend, was there, without kind of being, you're going to have to be biased now, any of those particular teams that you saw, those startups in there that really, I mean, not just that was pretty cool, but really stood out? Was there anything jumping out at you went, that is cool, that use case, or that is something I've not seen before, or that approach is very unique, all that? Was there anything wow that jumped out at you?
Actually, if you ask me, I would say no.
Yeah, okay. Well, usual DeFi.
The thing is wow. I mean, openly speaking, but I also changed a bit my mindset and my perspective on how to approach things and how you're selling it to VCs, and especially this corporate VCs. Let's put it like that. So, and a big topic currently for Keyrock is RWAs, so real world asset tokenization.
Oh, really?
That's huge. Actually, I mean, I guess we're both on the same page about that. So we both have thought,
it's fantastic.
but I can tell, listening to them, it makes sense for Keyrock, and it makes massively sense for Keyrock in terms of secondary market, all the tokens using. Basically, getting liquidity into the system.
Yes,
that was super interesting.
Well, that's interesting because we can quickly pivot here, because actually there was some news yesterday. The news. I mean, you've been on the road, but let me see, because I hadn't planned on this, so I'm going to try and find I shared it with a few people, and now I'm gonna have to try and find it. Right?
Oh, it's always the same thing.
You know what I'm
Once
gonna
you need
say?
it,
Yeah, once I need it, I wasn't thinking about it. No, it wasn't the BBC and publishing about sports club NFTs posing a risk to fans. And then the response of socios to that, which is on my screen here, that was news this week, along with the fact that the UK had done this thing which started on Monday, where you had to have special, or when you were marketing crypto, you had to comply with alerts, and suddenly they managed to get out in one day X 100 something plus warnings. Like they didn't have
well,
that ready. They didn't have that ready in advance, did they? The rule came out, whatever it was, Monday, the weekend, and on that actual day that it was implemented, they sent out something like, what is it? Is it 130, 50, 70, whatever? But more than 100 something warnings went out to all these companies in the UK on the day it started, which is like, oh, come on. And then it's like, and they said, right, and there was this announcement of, I think it was like a few days before, saying we've got this technology which is going to scan all of the websites to make sure you're complying, which I don't actually, and we know about tech, and I know people know about tech, and I don't think it can scrape like that. And I think it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, right, you've got technology. And then I think that was just a ploy. This is me. This is my conspiracy. What is it? Like the tin foil on my head. Everyone's out to get us, sort of conspiracy theory. But they bring out this rule, and then they send out, and it's in the news, like 100 and whatever it was, 30, 50, 80, but a lot of warnings go out to companies. And it's like, you've obviously spent a good month or more preparing for this, and you've banged the warnings out on the day that it gets implemented, which kind of smelt a bit. It's like you could have tricked. I was chatting to someone, Jonathan, who was on our show a few weeks ago. We were talking about this, right? Because he's in the UK, right? And it's like they could have trickled it, couldn't they? They could have done 2 or 3 a day over a month or something like that, But just like, poof, like it's like sending a mail shot to people saying you are not in compliance with UK crypto marketing rules at FCA.
okay. So my question, as you're far closer to the UK than I am. So in terms of UK as a marketplace, and again, we could, we talk about Prime Minister and his promises to the crypto world, because now a slight deviation versus what is happening in the real world. So what is your opinion, and or what do you think about what would be the impact for the UK as a marketplace? And I'm not stressing London.
On what they did, they did.
From what we have seen since we're talking, we're talking.
Well, but the banking with Jonathan, as we said, Jonathan was because he's directly impacting himself as a blockchain VC and accelerator founder in the UK, saying that he personally couldn't get banked now. And he actually had issue getting a mortgage, right? He said. So we had that. That was a few weeks ago. Then we've got this situation, which I think is right. I think there needs to be regulation. By the way, I'm not like this whole we can't. I think it's important for the trust. I think the big thing is how it's being done, and I think that sends the wrong signals. It's like it's almost amateurish, and unfortunately, when you read the news. Again, I've been outside of the UK for a while now, for nearly 10 years. But when you read that news, or anyone reads the news about, whether it be elections or whether it be political parties or whether it be, you just see this, it just feels like incompetence and it feels like amateurish. And then they've just done this thing again. It just feels like that there's nobody with any real professional, long-sighted, it just. If it were me, I'd be like, oh my God, do I really want to go and build my business there? Because are they going to change their mind next week? Is is the government is the wind going to change and they're going to do something that's going
to... So in my words, in my easy, and the good thing is I can say almost everything as I'm a native speaker.
Yeah.
Can we say UK currently is a shit show?
It feels like it. I hate saying that about the place I was born in. Okay, it's not home anymore, but I've got people I know there, net business contacts there, and they're saying the same thing. That's what you just said. They're saying it's just a shit show. There's no, and the problem here is you want to build a business, you need to have continuity. You need to feel confident in the establishment. You need to feel that they're not going to just change their mind. They're not going to make retro decisions, and That's what happens. So, and it feels on one hand, one hand you've got the banks unbanking people that are involved with blockchain industry and crypto. On the other hand, you've got government ministers saying we are open to innovation, we welcome you, please come on board and build your businesses with us in the UK. And then you've got this, the FSA doing this thing, which, yes, they probably were right to, and they had to send those notices out. But again, it's the way it was done, and it sends signals of complete lack of competence and confidence, and it doesn't promote and attract people to the UK. It does send people back to Switzerland and Dubai and Hong Kong and Singapore.
Okay,
and these crypto hubs.
Okay, so my recommendation from what I've heard from you,
stay where I am. Don't go back.
I mean, in general.
Yeah, again, I'm joking. Yeah.
NFA, EYOR, but don't go to the UK right now. And because I think the biggest problem or the biggest issues that we always have is like a lot of uncertainty around the globe and multiple jurisdictions. Now we see UK is totally fucking it up. We have seen the same with the US. A lot of uncertainty, and what regulators or whoever and politicians don't realize is actually they're losing control instead of gaining control, because they're pushing or they're forcing companies and the money outside of the country. And I think that's basically, if you just think about it, I mean, could it be more stupid? Could it even get worse? I mean, I'm pretty sure it will get worse. But
it's the execution of it. It's the execution of it, and it's the messaging But the thing is, and I don't want to go into politics, but it's kind of not surprising. It's like, it's just another one of those things that's being done at a top level that's not being done in the right way and not executed in the right way.
But what are you trying to do now? You're trying to steer it away from bad news and trying to bring up something positive?
Earlier on. So you started talking about real world assets and tokenization because of I asked you just now, right, about what is anything standing out and what the theme of this, the Key Rock Accelerator and the groups you met. And I was trying to get something on screen, I couldn't find it. So while we were talking, I have now found what I was going to say. Did you see this at all? Have you had a chance to think?
Actually, the fun thing is, I've been talking about this topic for weeks now at the conferences, and I said my opinion is like, and that's like, again, do your own research, NFA. And as it says, like, opinions are our own. So what I have a feeling is that, like, if you think like what is a stable coin, is pretty similar to a money market fund. People, and especially like the big banks and big fund managers, be the Fidelity, be the BlackRock. Here we have JP Morgan. So they have been doing this for hundreds, or sometimes they have been doing it for hundreds of years. So selling money market funds. Now they just put it into a different wrapper instead of using a fund shell. Now they're using or they're tokenizing. So
exactly, and the push. Correct, exactly, mate. And the pushback, of course, you've got from a lot of decentralized crowd is, it's done on a private blockchain. Now, correct. I mean, TCN is a private blockchain application on JP Morgan's Onyx digital assets platform. This is the first collateral settlement for a live client OTC derivative transaction that TCN has facilitated. The ability to post money market fund shares as collateral without first redeeming cash, quote unquote, offers the prospect of greater efficiency and stability in times of market stress, according to JP Morgan. Now, and what a lot of people are saying is, it's a private blockchain, but let's be realistic. It has to be. I mean, compliance and regulation is not going to it's not going to be on a public chain. What I think is going to happen, I'm seeing this with the energy market and traceability, any industry that has a lot of regulation and compliance to go in, like, is going to struggle to have stuff using a public chain. What it will do is use smart contract blockchain private technology, and what it can then do is output things that need to be publicly traceable onto a public chain, i.e. in what I call hybrid approach. So I think this is where I'm going. I think that it's a good start. It's a good use of blockchain smart contract technology. It may not be on a public chain that a lot of people would like and a lot of and think, but it's a step in the direction into the technology, and where a public chain is useful, it can be used. But you're not going to get if we want to be compliant, a big bank or big institution to be compliant. Who have you got there? I know you're laughing at someone. Upon a public chain, it's just a bit too far out right now. Who's there? You're smiling at someone.
No, I'm just smiling in general, listening to you. I mean, it's really like no one around here at the moment.
Listeners, I'm boring him. And
no, definitely not. I think
I'm ranting.
I mean, I think it's an interesting topic. I mean, having like a ring fence private or permission blockchain, and then transferring the trust of this operation onto the public blockchain. I think that's a super.
You can anchor it, the other exactly. You're right. And the other way of putting it, for simplistic way, is that you can sign, like the parties can sign publicly, i.e., they can hash, they can, so you can have the back end business processes, the private stuff going on, but then you can sign publicly. And you can use that on a public blockchain. That's just one very, very easy use case. You can do many things. You can issue certificates onto the chain with traceability, or show the flows. There's multiple things that can be done when you combine both of these things and create a hybrid approach to a solution. But anyway, there you go. That was some news that came out. Apart from
I think that's interesting because I mean we have seen a few permission blockchains or private blockchains that failed actually. So I think like going from this totally ring fence operations, that my opinion is if you just keep it ring fence. So let's just say JP Morgan and BlackRock, they're trading with each other. What is then or how does the blockchain even make sense if it just stays in between the two parties? Yeah. So, but now if you bring in it on a public blockchain, so you have something that you can verify, and that is highly likely more trusted just than open data center, like a contract that is moved to on a public where you needed to trust the source without.
You can use that consensus model for trust. Exactly. Yeah. Anything else going on with you? I've got some other. I mean, I've got some fun. Basic. We've already gone over time now, anyway. But I've got a few. There were a few things happening with SBF and his missus, ex-missus Caroline, which hence the Caroline. That was good. Did you pick up anything that you thought was quite amusing out of this? It's better than Netflix this week with this stuff.
It seemed like they had like a really deep connection.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Like,
it's so funny. It's so funny. It's not funny.
No, but it seems like that it's a never-ending story, and for me, it's like whenever I'm reading it, it's getting more comical. I mean, it's like for some freaking jokes. I have the feeling like it's going to be a comedy show rather than like a drama. At least from everything that I'm reading, because it's in the end, it's no one's fault. His father is a lawyer, and I'm just taking out of the readings, and he says like and it seems like he set up all the contracts, but now he's blaming the other lawyers that it wasn't his responsibility, and even though he's being a professional lawyer, has no clue about what was going on. So that's my reading on his father's, and there was also like a lot of input from his mother. So I mean, family business, like probably it was done 500 years ago. So probably we're falling back into these old standards. But again, like I think it's still entertaining, even though like it's a sad story as well. A lot of people lost their money, and it's stupid, and it's like especially it was bad for crypto. People lost trust in it. Markets tanked and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of bad things, but just by reading the news and how people are trying to defend themselves, I'm super happy actually for the lawyers. They're making. I mean, they're.
I'm listening to you. I'm trying to pull some things up relevant to this discussion while you're talking, because there was. This is great. There's quite a good. I think quite a good. Again, very good again, so this is what we like. We're not getting referrals or paid for this stuff. But Blockworks.
By the way, referrals.
Oh, we are. You're going to tell us we are getting paid for something now?
No, I'm not. But we should.
Damn.
One of the things I brought up at a Keyrock thing, and that's like, if you want to support my addiction, Bill is not so much into it, but if you want to support my addiction, send all the good chocolate my way. I mean, I do
like chocolate. You're wrong. You didn't know that about me, did you? I love, and it's dark, like 80% minimum chocolate. Got to be better, higher than that.
Okay, but still send it my way, not his way.
Send him the milky stuff. So look, Blockworks have a daily newsletter, which is one of the ones that that's blockworks.co now, and I get it and I don't have a lot of time, but this is one I always find it really good. And they sent one out Wednesday, and it was I don't know if you caught this, and I didn't, but from this I did. But there's a book came out called Going Infinite that came out the weekend, and it's a Ron. No, not Ron. Sorry, I'm just going through here. There's the guy that read it. It was written. It came out, and I can't find the guy who wrote the newsletter now. I'll get to that in a minute. He highlighted some of the best bits. Basically, he read the whole thing, and then he just highlighted some of the bits. And this is. Let me find if I can find something here that's quite funny. SBF on smiling, the benefits of smiling. It became easier, like my muscles started to loosen up, and it made people like me more. And then it's like,
was it when he was in prison?
Oh yeah, he says on celebrity endorsements, Sam was paying people more money per minute than anyone had ever paid them to do anything in their entire lives. Right. This is it. This is great. SBF on why he started incessantly saying, "Yup, people like you more when you agree with them," right? And then there was like, on Alameda colleague on SBF's ownership skills, he was demanding and expecting everyone to work 18-hour days and give up anything like a normal life, while he would not show up for meetings, not shower for weeks, had a mess all around him with old food everywhere, and fall asleep at his desk. I mean, I think that was fairly well known. But on evading currency controls, he considered buying a jumbo jet and flying it back and forth from Seoul, filled with South Koreans carrying suitcases, each holding $10,000 worth of won. I mean, the guy's just gone to the book and picked out the best bits. Oh dear!
Man. I'm telling you, man, this thing is getting ridiculous.
This is the one for you. Sorry, now relevant. Okay, so on Caroline's having the right idea, she ended by wondering if she might not be better off quitting her job at Alameda Research and cutting off all contact with Sam. On SBF's relationship with Caroline, Sam had replied to Caroline's first memo with a memo of his own, laying down the pros and cons of a sexual relationship. SBF's first bullet point in the arguments against dating him: in a lot of ways, I don't really have a soul. Another romantic bullet point: I think you're forgetting the second order effects here. On Sam's feelings for Caroline, his estimate of her expected value seemed to peak right before they had sex and plummet immediately after. Caroline didn't like it and let him know in a long series of business-like memos. Honestly, man.
Man, I wish they would have written it on a messenger that's on the blockchain. That would be like fantastic use case to follow up on these things and have it like ingrained for the entirety. So all
right, there's one more here. Look, on SBF's taste in psychiatrists. This is great. What he liked about George was that George didn't seem all that interested in engaging in pointless conversations about his feelings. SBF on the founder of Binance. If CZ ever had an original thought, he never expressed it. SBF on Binance. They were doing a B- job at market manipulation. Oh, and this is the word. I'll stop after this one. On arming Binance's market manipulation. The Binance bot would offer to sell Bitcoin future at $102. And moments before the second Binance bot showed up to buy, an Alameda bot would leap in and offer 101.95. Instead of buying Bitcoin from itself at an inflated price, Binance was buying it from Alameda Research at a price nearly as high. And then Lewis on SBF calling Binance, the CEO of one crypto exchange calling the CFO of another to inform him that if he didn't want to lose money on his future contracts, he needs to improve his market manipulation. This is all out of this book. This is all out of this book that got released at the weekend.
If it wouldn't be that serious, man, it would make.
I know.
For stand-up comedy, like a whole evening filled with just.
Yeah. And credit to, by the way, so Byron Gilliam is the one who writes this newsletter. He writes really well. He does seem to get some great points out. We're not getting paid for this. Blockworks. If there's one newsletter you get every day and have some time to read, this is a good one.
Okay, let me bring up one quote.
Yep.
I'm reading it out loud. You were meant to be ruled. In the end, you will always kneel. Trust my rage.
Show where that's come from. I know where it's from. Yeah.
That comes from Loki himself. And probably Loki one day or another might enter the crypto scene as well. Not sure about that, but there might be a TVA token for everyone. It's a bit on a Loki show, but totally off topic. No, anything else? I mean, that is for me is like I've been traveling quite a bit, so I've been following up. And again, like reward assets, big thing. Scalability, I don't know yet. There's some fields where I have to feel like reward assets or tokenization of reward assets absolutely don't make any sense for a liquid asset. Again, like my opinion. And I saw some great ideas during the QOC thing. I don't want to reveal too much. We might see one another in the QOC ecosystem, but in general, they're interesting. But it still hasn't changed my mind that I don't see a real use case for reward assets on the long run. Yeah,
I think it's just definitions, and I think the tool is going to be useful. I just think now
it's not definitions, man. I'm right. That's what basically that's what's on the back of the hoodie. I'm always right.
I'm always right. I can't be arsed. I'm too tired. I didn't have a good night's sleep. I'm not in the mood to argue with you. But for once, we're not. Actually, compared to last week, where we just agreed on everything, this is better. It's far more interesting for us and anyone that can be bothered to listen to this.
No, but tell me, what's going on next week? So what are your plans? Where could people catch up with you IRL?
I'm going to work even more remotely. It's school half term here in Vaud, and I have daughters that are still at school, and I'm going to work, but I'm not going to be here in Switzerland. I'm going to work remotely from somewhere, and I'm not going to tell you where.
Okay, sounds cool.
My bathroom.
It's so far away.
So I lied. I'm staying in Switzerland, but I'm just not going to be sitting in this seat.
Okay.
No, I don't know actually. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't think I am going to go away, but I'm not sure. What about you then? Because I haven't got anything boring. What are you going to do?
So yeah, next week, if people want to catch up IRL, I'll be at the Crypto Asset Conference in Frankfurt. I'll be there definitely on Tuesday. Don't know 100% for Wednesday, and if it's Wednesday, then it's only be half day. So if you want to catch up on Tuesday, and there's also a dinner hosted by some friends on Tuesday, if I'm not fully mistaken. But I figured that out. If you're interested, let me know if you want to be put on the list. And yeah, other than that, meet a few friends in Frankfurt. Have some in-depth conversations off topic as usual. So with some people out of crypto scene, and I might dig a bit deeper in what's actually happening with Binance, because Binance seems like it's pulling out of Germany. Not there weren't any signs over the last weeks, and I also had some conversations with some people around Binance, let's put it friendly like that. So, but currently it seems like they're going to pull out of Germany, totally relying on the Becker framework, and they might set up shop somewhere else and then re-entering the market. But again, like there's so many uncertainties in the market as of now. So that's actually my plans for next week. Plus, next week on our stream, we might have. So Bill is now looking surprised. What the fuck is he coming up with now? We might have some tickets for you for a year-end conference to be revealed next week.
I think is this connected to the people we met in Zug? The person we met in Zug.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting actually.
Yeah. So we got hold of, we might get hold of a few tickets. So and we giving them away probably on a first come first serve basis, but we might also change it. Might come up with a quiz that's super tricky, like who have we been talking in this show? Was it Caroline or SBF or both of them? So you never know. So you better be ready. Yeah, I guess that's it. Plus, I'm bringing it up already on the 30th of November. The Tube Boys will host a live show out of the Kennedy building in Zurich, which is on top of the 6th building, or actually it's in the 6th building. And from what I can tell now, it's supposed to be fun, back to old community kind of style gathering, but also like some entertainment panels, but only short ones, or we don't know. But it's going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised.
Anyone coming? Anyone maybe coming to that? We know.
Let's reveal some names on a week by week basis. But yeah, highly likely. The colored.
What?
Colored
Pardon?
sticker.
What did you say?
I don't know. It's so cloudy. It's so cloudy in here, so I can't really see. Like,
what did you say?
No one knows. It's just like guess. Just put in who you want to see at our event. Let us know in the comment section if there's anyone that you're specifically interested that you want to see in person, and we're trying to make it happen.
Yeah, I wonder who. No.
bring up all the things. How many?
How many? I've just got packs and packs. Look, I've got another pack in there. Lights.
Yeah.
Who's this one? No.
Okay, so I mean that's it actually for me. So next week it's Frankfurt. Oh yeah, I'll be wearing my crypto kilt on the 30th of November. That's a
Will you?
So if you want to see me in a kilt, show up on the 30th of November.
Don't know if I'm going to be helping you with that one. If you're wearing a kilt.
So the only thing is there's limited space. So even that we might do on a first come first serve basis. So make sure to already follow the sticker. No, make sure to put a blocker in your calendar for the 30th in the evening where we host my show. I'm super bullish on the Tube Boys. Not on the market yet, but on the Tube Boys, I'm super bullish.
It's going to be, yeah.
Okay, come on, bring up the last sticker, and then
the last one.
Let's get out of here.
I don't know. What can I bring up? Oh, maybe just another one of those because I don't know this one.
What's this?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Really.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, hey, got a quick story. I went to a really great conference, the AI for Good conference, and I walked into this room and they'd all finished eating, and there was one name tag. So it was like names, like the general secretary of something right now, but like all these name tags where people had sat. Ooh. And anyway, they had all these name tags, and I was on the way to the bathroom, and they obviously had an event with some people at lunchtime. And so, whatever, the general secretary of this, and Joanna of this, and they had this one on the table, and I thought, I've got to take it.
Oh, fire starter.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's in my pile of stickers. I was like...
You still remember the song?
Oh, I was listening to it, actually, on the train. On Spotify this week on the way to Crypto Mondays, getting myself ready, listening to Side of Prodigy. But I was like, the thing was, we'll go, right, it's on this note, but there I was walking through, and all these, and all there were these serious names, and all, where like place, seat hold, where people have been sitting, and there was this one. Yeah, I was
love it,
like,
actually.
all right, that's mine. I love it. I'm taking that one. Anyway, on that note, we say goodbye. Bye, everyone.
And we're
And where's the
out
button
of
to
here.
stop?
See you
Here we
next
go.
week.